It's the ear to the culture.
And just like that, welcome back to Ear to the Culture, episode number 2. It's your boy Millie, and I'm so sorry we're a full almost 48 hours late. It's been a crazy week. This is actually the third time I'm recording this, not the second, not the fucking. It's the third fucking time I'm recording this shit. On the first one, I had some issues with the camera, some issues with the mic. And I just wasn't really satisfied with the whole thing. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do it again. Second one, I was doing the whole thing yesterday. And fucking I just lost the power all of a sudden in the middle of my shit. And it came back like 5 minutes later. But I was so pissed that I had to redo everything again. I was like, fuck that. So I just went to bed last night. So I'm sorry I'm late, but we're here. We got a lot of shit to discuss. So yeah, let's just get into it. First topic, I just want to get rid of it. First of all, I have to start off with... I just have to give a round of applause to my boy Drizzy. What I thought was only going to be one album, I was expecting Iceman to drop. I'm not a huge fan like that, so I don't really follow him, but I think that some fans had an idea that he was about to pull out a 3-album project. I didn't expect that at all. So when I saw it drop at midnight, I saw the 3 projects. I was like, oh shit, damn, yo, Kendrick really put a fucking battery on this motherfucker's back, yo. Like, he has a point to prove now. He's putting that work in. But then I started thinking, I'm like, wait a second. He's beefing with his label currently. So this is maybe just a plot for him to get out of his deal, for him to like complete his contract. He's pulling the Frank Ocean. That's exactly what Frank did when he wanted to get, I think it was Def Jam. I think he wanted to get out his Def Jam deal. So then when I realized that, I was like, oh no, is this going to be 3 albums full of like throwaways? Because he's so pissed with Universal that he just wants to get out of this shit. So I was kind of worried until I started to play it. And like I said in the past, I'm not the biggest Drake fan. I hate when he raps hardcore gangster shit. I love his R&B stuff. So then I started to listen, and I was pleasantly surprised, yo. I'm not gonna lie. Out of all of the tracks, out of the like 3 albums, this is crazy to say, but there's only like 4 tracks that I really dislike. I'm not gonna focus on the rest because I like the rest. Some shit is okay, but if I just focus on what I don't like, 4 songs out of everything, out of 3 albums, that is amazing. That is a great ratio. Normally, like easily 50 to 60%. I'm a like, but on this shit, this is easily 80 to 90%. Like, I ain't gonna lie. The tracks that I really didn't like, let's get into it. Where did I put my shit? Where did I write this shit? The tracks that I really didn't like, it all comes back to the same point that I did once about the gangster shit. I hate when it does the gangster shit. So the first one that I really disliked was Plot Twist. Like, once again, this is exactly my point on why I hate when Drake raps over the gangster shit. Like he tries to portray this like mob type shit. Like, I understand you run around with people that be like that for real, but you don't have to portray it. Like, even the video, like on the video, he has like guns all over the floor. There's more than 50 guns on the floor. Like, bro, come on. Like, why are you perpetrating that shit? I know you ain't about it, but your crew may be about it, but you don't have to do that shit. Talk about like the struggles and the culture and everything, and that I get it. But for you to perpetrate that you the big boy and that you gonna shoot the strap to people, I'm like, come on, bro, stop it. So that was one of the songs that I completely disliked. Another one that I disliked, and it's funny because he referenced the whole Kendrick diss, Ran to Atlanta featuring Future and Molly Santana. Bro, first of all, this Future and Dre have been beefing. And apparently 21 is the one that hashed the beef between both of them. They squashed it. But for them to come back together and to put this shit out, bro, that shit is trash. Ran to Atlanta was a play off the Kendrick diss when he said to Kendrick, you run to Atlanta when you need a check balance, boy, you're not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer. And you just proving his point. You ran to Atlanta once again, you grabbed Future on a horrible beat, try to do, I don't know what you try to do, but that song is horrible. Molly Santana is the highlight on the song. She killed it, but Future and Drake, I could spare me that shit. Like, I was completely disappointed to Run to Atlanta. So for the Iceman, I think that's the only shit that I really dislike. Shebang at the beginning, I was kind of like iffy, but then I got it. On the other shits, Let me see. On Habibti, there's nothing that I dislike. There's shit that is okay, shit is great, but that I dislike, there's nothing. On Maid of Honor, there is the one song that I think was horrible. The outside tweaking song, I don't understand it. Like, and it's crazy because Stunna Sandy's part was amazing, but Drake, I'm not sure what he was doing on that shit. I don't get it. I don't get it. I didn't like it. And it's crazy because as soon as Stunna Sandy hops on the shit, I completely see what they were trying to do. But Drake's part was horrible. But yeah, other than that, there wasn't much that I didn't like. On Maid of Honor, there's also Princess that I just could live without it. It's not horrible. It's not good. But out of everything, for Drake to only have 4 songs that I completely dislike, I have to give him once again a round of applause, Drizzy Drake. You put in the work. You proving people wrong. And yes, maybe you lost the diss. Maybe you got out-dissed and you got dissed like a motherfucker. And you lost that shit. That was the biggest L ever. But you showing people that, maybe I lost the diss, but you know what? When it comes to these hits, boy, when it comes to this Billboard top charting hits, boy, I got this. And something else that I touched on his rollout that I didn't really like the rollout, the pre-rollout, the whole ice thing. I thought it was ridiculous. I thought it was useless. But what I did like after the whole album shit came out is that starting from midnight that it came out, like I think every 2 hours or so, he was dropping a new video. And if I'm not wrong, now there's 4, 8, 12, 16. Yo, there's 18 videos that he's dropped since. It's been 4 days. He's dropped 18 videos since. That is amazing work ethic. Once again, I think Kendrick put the battery on his back. I think somebody has to just push Drake for him to be able to show that he is the GOAT. I ain't gonna lie. You could be number one for sure, for sure. I think you just need to be pressed a little bit for you to perform like that, because obviously you could do it. And yeah, shout out to Drake. Now, speaking about Drake, the whole 6, Toronto, I'm from Montreal. Everybody that's been to Montreal knows that Montreal is a free-for-all construction site. Like, it's been this way for years. As long as I can remember, I was born here. I'm 33 years old. It's always been a thing. Like, so much so that, like, first of all, I'm a huge stand-up comedian fan. Like, I used to get my passes for the Just for Laughs Festival every year for, like, 9 years in a row until they went bankrupt. And I remember every fucking comedian that would come, almost everybody, they would always mention the same shit about, yo, Montreal's a great city, everything's nice, but what the fuck is going on with the construction? Like, those orange cones are everywhere. And I came here 3 years later, and the same place is still under construction. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's so bad that, like, people that come outside, they see the shit, and they're like, yo, this is pathetic. And it's so bad that we, as residents or people that live here, we're so used to it. Getting a wheel pop because of a pothole, that ain't shit. It's like, it's just another day. We're so used to this shit. And the city doesn't do shit. The city will patch maybe a hole every year. But bro, the city is so bad. So bad that the mayor of Montreal had 2 of her wheels popped also. So bro, it's happening to everybody. Like, it's insane. It's insane. It should have never gotten this far. But thankfully, we had somebody, a local hero, that was just so fed up of seeing the whole situation in Montreal that he had his own company. And he said, you know what? I'm just going to do it by my own. Fuck this shit. We've been waiting for the government to do it. They ain't going to do it. So fucking, I'm going to do it by my own. And he started doing the potholes, and people have been responding amazing. He's now like a local hero. Every time that somebody sees him patching the holes, everybody honks at him. Everybody's super happy. So he's now considered the local hero. The mayor of the city almost didn't like what he was doing because they felt like, oh, the city should be doing. Yes, but nobody's been doing this since. So who the fuck is going to do it if it ain't me? So shout out to, I think I'm pronouncing wrong your name, Satikute. Shout out to you, bro, because not only you did something that we've been wanting to do for years, taking shit into your own hands, but you also created a wave of younger people wanting to do the same when it comes to the potholes. Whether it's for clout or not, it doesn't matter. People are still doing positive things that will benefit the citizens. So shout out to Sad, bro. Shout out to Sad. I hope Montreal is going to be a better place because we have an amazing city, bro. There's so much shit that makes our tourism a little bit less amazing, like the construction shit. So if we get this shit together, bro, this city's going to look great, bro. So shout out to Sad. Shout out to Soraya Martinez. I hope you get your shit together because Montreal's been looking like a mess for the past years. And it's about time, bro. Montreal, we We deserve it, bro. So shout out to Sad. And in other news, talking about how I used to get my Just for Laughs pass every year. Like, I'm a huge stand-up comedy fan. So much that when they announced that the Kevin Hart roast was going to be on Netflix, I was really excited. I've been a huge fan of the Comedy Roast series. For people that don't know, Comedy Roast, I think they started on Comedy Central back in the days. They've done amazing roasts, like the roast of Justin Bieber, Donald Trump, Flavor Flav was one of my favorites. It's been a thing, but recently it's been really like mainstream, so a lot of people have been hearing about it. We had the roast of Tom Brady before that, and to me it sucked, but that's just because I'm a Tom Brady hater. Fuck that motherfucker. So I was really excited to see this one, especially when they announced that the host was going to be one of my favorite current comedians, Shane Gillis. I was really excited. Shane Gillis had done the ESPYs before that, and he killed it. He killed it. So to me, it made sense. Not only is he a great comedian, but he's also like kind of entrenched in the culture. Like he knows hip hop, he loves hip hop, so it makes sense to me. So I started watching the shit, and it was great. It started off great. Tom Brady came out, and bro, Tom Brady is so fucking corny. Like I know he didn't write them jokes, but bro, his whole like attitude and his personality, like I'm the shit and I'm talking some funny shit, so listen to me right now. Oh my god, it was so pathetic. Like his set was to me super cringe. I couldn't wait for him to get off the fucking shit. But after that shit was getting much better. A lot of people were complaining that a lot of people were complaining that Shane Gillis didn't do an amazing job. I agree. It wasn't his best hosting job, but he did a good job. I think on the ESPYs he did much better than that, but it was still really funny. So shout out to Shane Gillis. In the whole roast, everybody gets roasted for show, but Cheryl Underwood, man, she got it bad. There was a lot of jokes about how her husband had committed suicide. They were funny, but damn, that subject is so crazy for me to touch on. I wouldn't do it, but she was laughing her ass off, so I guess she thought it was funny. And apparently all the comics called her before that just to make sure that, yo, can I do this? Is this cool or not? So yeah, there was a lot of shit. There was a lot of that. Pete Davidson was also on the host. He got roasted the fuck out of him. My boy Tony Hinchcliffe was also on the show. Tony Hinchcliffe, for the people that don't know, he has his own podcast comedy shit called Kill Tony. Every Monday it comes out. And it's a show where he basically it's a show where basically stand-up comedians, they sign up, they have 60 seconds for a minute, and then you get interviews, and it goes on and goes on. But it's been a great show. I've been watching it for years now, and it's been great. It's been popping. They just got to deal with Netflix. But for people that really listen to him, they know that Tony is a little like he loves Trump. He loves ICE. He's low-key a racist. But if you know that this is who he is from the beginning, you already expect for him to have these type of jokes. So when he got on the podium and started roasting, I already knew this shit was going to go left. I already knew. Kevin Hart is black. He's for sure going to be commenting on that. The whole Donald Trump immigration shit, I was expecting something to come out of it. But nah, it was actually a George Floyd joke that got the people rowdy, that got the people furious. And I completely understand why. I think that if I put myself out of a comedy world, it's definitely not a subject that we should be joking on. But as a comedian, I think it's important that we don't have any restrictions to what we can speak about. Because at the end of the day, it's all free speech, right? Free speech. We all know it's not real, but free speech. So as comedians, I think it should be okay for you to like cross that line. As long as it's not like abused and they don't do it in the wrong way. Because most of the comedians on the show, they thought that was funny. Kevin Hart was laughing his ass off. Tiffany Haddish was laughing her ass off. Cheryl Underwood, same thing. So if you're a comedian, you understand that is funny and that, okay, yeah, maybe it's a little bit of a sensitive joke, but it's funny. If it's funny, then it's funny. But a lot of people outside of the comedy world got so pissed. Yo, the next day I kept seeing headlines everywhere about how Tony is this big racist, bigot, blah, 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 blah. He should have not done the joke, which I understand. Maybe he should have not done it. But he's a comedian. At the end of the day, that's what they do. They touch on uncomfortable topics to make us laugh. It's all like a moment of pause for us to like, you know what? Yes, life is crazy. Let's just take a break and let's just laugh about shit. That's it. It's not with a bad intention. I understand the frustration and everything, but I think that comedians should get a little bit more of a leeway. Like Kevin had no problem with it. Tiffany Haddish got interviewed after. She had no problem with it. So I don't know. I think it's good. The only comedian that I did see that had a big problem with him was Lil Rel. Lil Rel was really not feeling it, which kind of surprised me because I thought that he would understand as a stand-up comedian, but I also understand why people are completely disgusted. So yeah, I get it. I think that just as a comedian, it's. I think that as a comedian, certain shit should be accepted as long as it's not done with like as long as it's not done with a bad intent. But like I said, I completely understand people that were really pissed. Another thing that happened during the host, another thing that happened during the roast that I didn't expect, and I was really happy to see. Fucking Cat Williams was at the roast. For people that don't know, Kevin Hart and Cat Williams, they have like this like tension. There's been tension for years. So for Cat Williams to pull up on the show and be like, you know what? Today we're honoring you. As a black man, I just have to show respect, blah, 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 blah. So I tilt my hat to you, blah, blah, blah. But they still roasted the fuck out of each other. So yes, they were able to like hug it out and be cool with it, but they still roasted the shit out of each other, and it was great to see. Cat Williams is hilarious, a fucking legend. Kevin Hart is also a legend. He was very, very drunk at the end, so whenever Cat got off the stage, he was talking that shit, and he was going a little bit too far, like, you're talking too much shit. But it's your host, it's show night. You drunk as fuck. Shout out to Kevin. It was a great show. The Rock was also present. He was great, but damn, that motherfucker was drunk, and he was crossing lines. He was touching on jokes that you shouldn't touch on. Like, I would never touch on wife jokes, especially if your wife is right in front of me. Sexual wife jokes. Oh, hell no. I don't know. That's not me. I know that they have this type of relationship, but even on a public scale, I don't think you should have done those jokes. But once again, it's the roast. It's free for all. It's all good. But it was a great show. A little bit too long, though. Almost 3 hours, but great laughs, great show. Shout out to Shane Gillis. Shout out to Kevin Hart. And shout out to Netflix. They've been putting out a lot of content recently. Shout out to Netflix. All right, so now for my next topic. This one is kind of hard for me to touch on because I don't like touching on negativity. I don't like highlighting when people are down bad. The only reason why I'm doing it is because I feel that he has so much more potential than what is going on currently, and hoping that this kind of sheds light of who he could have been and who he can still be if he applies himself. But Adrien Broner, whatever is going on publicly right now is so sad for me to see. Him always being super drunk, streaming with some people that are obviously just using him for the clout. Him being dead broke, not being able to like pay for bills at restaurants. That to me is crazy. Like, how the fuck do you get to that point? Like, Adrien Broner was supposed to be the next superstar. Like, even if I thought he was a little bit too braggadocious, he was a great fighter. He had multiple titles in the weight class. He had fast hands, sharp defense, charisma, confidence, all of that. Like, people looked at him and saw flashes of Floyd Mayweather. Like, he talks like a superstar. He dressed like one. He fought like one. He was flashy. He was like the big next attraction, I think. And as the years went on, man, the crack started showing. The partying got heavier. Legal troubles out the ass. But I also think that when he lost the fight to Marcos Maidana and Manny Pacquiao, not only did it hurt the record, but I think that psychologically that started the downfall. Because after that, shit started going bad. And like I said, it's not him watching lose that was sad. Everybody loses eventually. It's watching someone with that much talent slowly self-destruct in public. He had the talent to become an all-time great if he applied himself. Instead, it's a life's lesson about wasted potential, basically, and how fame can destroy somebody that is not ready for that lifestyle. But hopefully this whole streaming thing is going to wake Adrien Broner up. I've been seeing some of the people that come on this stream trying to tell him, like, yo, put the liquor down. Like, yo, stop this shit. Like, you were a great athlete. Like, you're destroying everything right now. Like, stop this shit. we really want to see you. We really want to see you succeed, and we don't want to see you fail like this. Like this, you're much better than this. So, shout out to Adrien Broner. I really hope that you get your shit together because, like I said, you have so much potential. You have so much charisma, great personality. I think that if you just humbled yourself a little bit more, you would have been untouchable, bro. Like, so hopefully Adrien Broner gets his shit together. It's so sad to see him this way. Like, I hate it. I hate it. In other hip-hop news, we had the Verzuz happening, which was French Montana and Ricky Rose. These two artists are really like friends. So when they announced it, I wasn't too excited because I know that ain't going to be much competition. It's mostly going to be like a commercial or marketing show. But I still tuned in, and boy, was I right. Yo, this shit was so boring, bro. Yo, Verzuz has completely lost his oomph. Like, Verzuz, I remember when it started, it felt so raw, like authentic. There was so much hype around two artists going through classics as a battle head to head. It felt like a monumental event. This felt like a paid commercial. It was boring, bland. Yo, the fucking audience looked dead. There was maybe 50 people there, I think. Maybe I'm just hating. But it was super boring, bro. Like, after maybe 30 minutes, I had to tune out. It was way too boring. I changed the shit. I didn't even watch the shit and watch the recap the day later. And no, it was boring. It was boring. I'm not even going to comment on the songs. Everybody knows, obviously, Rick Ross won. But yeah, I really hope Verzuz gets back to what it used to be. Like, going through that raw, authentic battle, head-to-head MCs. That was beautiful, bro. So I really hope Verzuz gets back to me. I know that Swizzy and Timbaland sold the shit, so maybe that's what's going on. They have no more absolute control, because I know that they're still kind of in it. But nah, this didn't feel the same at all. Like, nah, I wasn't fuck with this. So shout out to Swizzy, shout out to Timbo. I really hope y'all can make another one that is timeless for the culture. Classic, like the Gucci. Like the Gucci one, like even Rose's past Verzuz with 2 Chainz was amazing, much better than this. But yeah, shout out to Verzuz, bro. I hope y'all get your shit together because this one sucked. Hip hop culture is looking so good right now when it comes to media. There's so much hip hop podcasts that are like taking over, like for real. Starting off with the originator, according to me, Joe Budden. He started his podcast and slowly started the wave of retired rappers making their own podcast. But Joe really started this shit. I think Joe showed everybody that it could be done. You could transition from hip hop to podcasting if you have a great point of view and a great personality and you're just not ready and you're just not afraid to let it go. It's gonna be great. Another example of that was Nori, Drink Champs. Yo, when Drink Champs appeared, it was classic. We've never had that type of media, that type of content where you can get the backstage access or stories of a rapper whenever they're on tour, whenever they're recording. Like the whole Drink Champs concept of them telling stories with whoever the guest is during that episode, amazing. Gilly and Wallow is another one that have a great podcast. Amazing. And recently, my new favorites, yo, Fat Joe and Jadakiss, bro. Let's give a round of applause to Fat Joe and Jadakiss. They currently, to me, have the best hip-hop podcast. Fucking Fat Joe is hilarious. Jadakiss is hilarious. Together, they have an amazing chemistry. It's just great. It's hilarious. Joe has amazing takes, amazing stories. Whenever they have great guests on, the chemistry is amazing. They had Bill Burr recently. It was amazing. Shout out to Joe and Jada. They're even on Netflix. Netflix gave them a deal. That's how good their shit is. So shout out to Joe and Jada. Cameron is another one that I love his shit. Cameron has 2 shows, actually. There's one where it's a solo show, kind of like this, where it's Talk with Flea. And it's a great show. He'll have some guests sometimes, or he just shoots the shit. But the other one that I really like, it's with Mace. It Is What It Is. Yo, that show that show is amazing. They actually had Adrien Broner on the show, and he was drunk as a motherfucker. They actually had to kick him out, because he wasn't respecting the hoes. They told him clear lines, yo, don't hit on the girl. This girl has a boyfriend. Nah. The boyfriend is right here. Like, don't disrespect. And he just kept on pushing there. And they're like, you know what? And he just kept on pushing, and he just got kicked out. Cameron just pulled out the bag and gave him a few racks just to leave. Like, I'm paying you to leave, bro. Get the fuck out of here. And two other shows that I really, really, really love currently. Carmelo Anthony, the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn show is amazing, amazing. Also with Kid Mero and Kaz. Carmelo is one that I didn't know he had a great personality. He's really funny. Whenever he has guests, artists or actors, they all really love Melo. Like, you could tell they have a lot of respect for Melo. And that makes a great show. They have amazing stories. The Kid Mero is fucking hilarious. Kaz does a great role to just continue the conversation and lead to different topics. It's a great show. It's a great show. Carmelo Anthony, 7 p.m. in Brooklyn is amazing. And the last one that is pretty new that I really love, it's Tony Yayo, bro. Tony Yayo has his own show now with Uncle Murda, and it's hilarious. It's called The Real Report. It's called The Real Report. You can find it everywhere on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And Tony Yayo is another one that is fucking hilarious, bro. He's been hilarious. Ever since I discovered Tony Yayo when he first came out of jail, he's been hilarious. So for him to have a podcast only makes sense. And for him to have it with Uncle Murda, that is also a fucking clown when it comes to commenting on hip-hop, it just makes for a great show. Hip-hop is looking good. And yeah, we're going to keep it pushing, yo. Shout out to y'all. This next topic that I'm going to get into it, I don't really want to touch on it, but I think it's important for me to, like, make people realize that we don't all think this way. These are some fucking losers, and y'all shouldn't base off what man is off these motherfuckers, is the whole manosphere culture. Bro, when I see y'all, everybody in the whole manosphere, this whole Andrew Tate, Clav, whatever, I don't even want to name the names.
Gay!
Bro, y'all are so fucking pathetic. Oh my God, y'all are so sensitive. Y'all are making us look crazy. Like, I know that y'all do this for the definition of masculinity, but it comes off completely opposite. It's soft. It's horrible, bro. Like, I even had people in my circle that all of a sudden were like, yeah, you know, like, I like the Andrew Tate shit, so I'm like taking this class, I'm paying whatever per month. Bro, those people, I had to cut them off. If y'all agree with this shit or y'all push this narrative, then yeah, I can't fuck with y'all. Fuck the manosphere, fuck Andrew Tate, fuck Clav, fuck all of them. The red pill community, fucking Fresh and Fit, all of them. Fuck y'all alpha male bullshit ass masculinity dominance bullshit. Y'all sensitive, y'all
Gay!
like, I have no respect for y'all. And if some of my friends or some of the people that I know are in that or believe in that, fuck you too, bro. I don't fuck with that, bro. Yo, the Michael movie has been out for like a while now, and I still haven't seen it because I'm super afraid to go see it. Like, I'm so afraid to get disappointed. Like, I'm a huge Michael fan. I don't know if y'all can see it. I have his album on my wall. But I don't know. As soon as it becomes like a fucking mainstream movie type of thing, I get so afraid that they're not gonna portray the reality of what his life was, or they're gonna just like sugarcoat the shit out of it. So that's why I haven't been. I know that I should support because the whole Michael Jackson legacy is so important to me. But yeah, I'm really afraid that they're just gonna put the cookie cutter shit. Like, they're not gonna touch on how Joe Jackson was the fucking devil and used to beat their ass. Not gonna touch on how Michael Jackson really had no childhood whatsoever. But hopefully they do. Hopefully they touched on the important shit in his life. Michael's career was too big for it to be a 2-hour movie. So obviously I think there's gonna be a sequel coming next to this. But yeah, I really hope it's authentic to what it really is. I'm gonna go see it very soon. I really should go see it very soon. The Montreal Canadiens have made it to the semifinals of the Stanley Cup. Yo, Montreal is a huge hockey city. Like, everybody that was born here as a young age, we all get like introduced to hockey. Fucking the hockey ice rinks in the winter. It's all part of the whole culture here. So hockey is big for everybody here. Like, every year we all have the same hopes that we're going to win this shit. We never do. But this year shit is looking really good. For us to actually make it there to the Stanley Cup playoff semifinals, it's an amazing accomplishment. Now, the only problem is that the Carolina Hurricanes, bro, they fast. They super fast. So this is gonna be really hard for us to like get through it. But if we do, we're going to the finals, bro. Montreal is gonna go crazy. We won the game and fucking people were setting police cars on fire. I can't even imagine if we actually win the final or even just get to the final. Yo, we're gonna go crazy. Crazy. I remember there was a year, man, I'm gonna Google this shit after. I remember there was a year where we were winning shit and everybody on St. Catherine Street. St. Catherine is like the main downtown street where all of the big stores are. I remember everybody went downtown and just started busting everything. Foot Lockers, the SAQs. SAQ is our liquor stores here in Quebec, kind of like LCBO or whatever liquor store y'all have in the States. But everybody was busting the windows, running in the shops, stealing shit. It was insane. Like, people get really wild over here when we get happy for hockey or even get mad for hockey. For whatever it is, people will fucking burn shit and break shit for real, for real. But shout out to the Montreal Canadiens. We made it to the semifinals. It's going to be an amazing accomplishment if ever we get through the Carolina Hurricanes. But I wish y'all the best. Shout out to the Canadiens. And just like that, we have reached the end of episode number 2. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Millie. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll see you next time, ladies and gentlemen.
He has his ear to the culture, that's for sure. It's the ear to the culture.